Hi everyone, this is Sky at Chicory Sticks, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to use the smaller size 8 seed beads with my Lova headband and leg warmer pattern. So if you watched my previous video, I briefly showed how to put these larger size 6 beads on your knitting using your crochet hook. If you would like to knit the pattern using the smaller size 8 seed beads, you definitely can. The first thing you're going to need to do is get a smaller size crochet hook. So I like to use a number 10 or 0.75 millimeter crochet hook. This particular one is made by Clover, which is the Japanese brand that's sold out a lot of the big box stores. I just find that the number 10 works well for me using either fingering weight yarn or light fingering weight yarn. The second thing I do differently is I actually put the bead on while I'm knitting row 1. So the pattern is written to add the bead during row 2, which is the wrong side. For the smaller beads, I just like the way it looks if I put the bead on the right side during row 1. So I will demonstrate how I do that. So here I am on row 1, about to work row 1. The bead always goes on the middle stitch. So I'm going to slip the first stitch, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. Then I'm going to yarn over again, and here I am about to work that middle stitch. So I'm actually going to leave it right there on the needle. I'm going to take my crochet hook and put the tiny little bead on it. So that's a size 8 seed bead. Now I'm going to slip that middle stitch off of the left needle and onto the crochet hook. And while it's on the crochet hook, I'm going to hold it a little bit tight, and then I'm going to use my thumb to push the bead over the crochet hook, over the stitch, and down onto the yarn. Then I will slip the stitch back to the left-hand needle. So I haven't worked the stitch yet, I've only put the bead on it. And now I will pick my yarn back up and knit the middle stitch. So be mindful that you still need to have a yarn over here on the right side. So my yarn is still wrapped around to make the yarn over, but now I can knit the middle stitch. And that seed bead is sitting right on top of the purl 3 together from the previous row. And then you just keep working the pattern. So I'll show you one more time. Okay, so here I am again about to work row 1. You can really see the difference between the small size 8 seed bead and these larger size 6 beads right next to each other. So again, to put the bead on row 1, I am going to work the pattern until I am about to work that middle stitch. So here I am ready to work the middle stitch. I have the yarn ready to go for a yarn over. But now I'm going to stop and take my crochet hook, put the bead on the crochet hook. I'm going to slip that middle stitch off of the needle onto the crochet hook next to the bead. Holding it tight, I'm going to push the bead over the top onto the stitch. And then I'm going to move the stitch back onto the left needle. And it's okay if it gets kind of messed up or the stitch gets split. I've found that the bead does a good job of hiding that, so you don't have to make it perfect. So now the stitch is back on the needle. It has a bead on it, but it has not been worked. So now I'm going to make sure my yarn is still ready to make a yarn over. I'm going to knit the middle stitch and then continue with the rest of row 1. So I hope that's helpful. You really can use any size yarn, any size beads you want, just as long as you find a crochet hook that can pull the yarn through the bead and onto your knitting.